everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kimberly with Gentle Breeze, and I'm so happy you stopped by today. I am going to show you my design team project for Chapter 1 papers, and I should say projects, because all of these things are going to be what I show you how I made and hopefully inspire you and encourage you to look at some of the kits. I'm using 3 different kits from Chapter 1 papers for this design team project, and I love them all and just wanted to share more ways that you might be able to use them. And there's some fun stuff inside, something I showed on Instagram recently. I'm going to show you how I made. And this is a tag journal or a pocket journal, and there's something special about it. Obviously things go inside of each pocket and it's all complete, so it would be a great gift. I use it as a daily reminder. This has also got some goodies in it with the help of Graphics Fairy, and more seed packets with goodies inside, and more booklets, and yeah, just super fun, really easy. Took me a while because I'm slow, but they could be done quickly if you work fast or if you want to copy what I do. So what you want to get on hand are these 3 kits. The Flower Gatherer, which is their latest. Then shortly before it was Vintage Florist. And then High Society. I used this week's membership Graphics Fairy download, which is called Moon Dreams, for one of them. Also, Sue and Jan are offering you a discount code for the month of July, and it's 20% off anything in their Etsy shop. Sorry about my shadow. I have a skylight and it can't be helped. The discount code is JBJUL20. JBJUL20. Okay? So that's it. You just I also use their labels, and they usually have labels with everything that they produce. All their kits have their own labels, and so I probably use labels from the kits. You ready? Let's go. Let's start with the pullouts. This was a big hit on Instagram. So I'll start with that. And I'll start with this one because it's all Chapter 1. The dishes I use for this are this ephemera sheet. I used all of these, every single one, to make this, and also to make this one. And then and this is High Society, and then this is from Vintage Florist. Okay, so on this seed packet, I actually drew the shape of this feed sack, of this seed packet, onto this digital from the kit. It's a tall, because the kit is, the Vintage Florist is a lot of tall digitals for tall journals. So I laid it where I wanted so I could get these flowers onto one of the vase tall flowers. I didn't think to print it out, I'm so sorry, but you can find it. And then I glued strips from this onto here to make that page, blend in a little bit more. In retrospect, I probably would have glued these on a piece of paper and then made this a pocket, but I didn't think of it till after, but you can do that. So I wanted to lay this out so that I got the word Paris on there so it would show up on the front. And then I used this for the cover, and a Sampool stamp for the inside. And then the back I left plain. So this is the seed packet that looks like this. This is enlarged. Took a piece of paper from the tall sheet and wrapped it around the edge so that there would be some color brought into this and to go with the green on the top. But this is just beautiful. And then this actually goes down lower with writing on it, and I cut that off. Oh, I'm going to set my alarm. Hold on. Just helps me kind of stay on track. even if I snooze it. Okay, so then you open this up, and you may not realize right now I've been pulling it out. Excuse I've been pulling it out, so it looked like it was flat before, but there you go. Isn't that fun? Super fun. Super fun. And then the back is another beautiful piece of paper from the kit. I'll show you how to make the strips in the next piece that I show you. But what I did was printed this with this on the back. And you know, you just get what you get in terms of the back because you're cutting out the front. But I did come out with a cool back. So what I did was cut a strip here to get tulip time. So I just cut it all the way down. And then for this, I did it at the end, and I got the flowers word with part of time flowers, and cut that down here. And then basically I just played around. I did repeat the ones that I liked the most. I didn't repeat both strips. And what you have to do is overlap. So this section here is overlapped. And I love the way it turned out. I think it looks really fun. And it would be just a great surprise gift. And you could write happy birthday or happy anniversary or congratulations. It could really be a cool kit. And if you use your own scraps to put it together, you know, the scraps could be something that reflect a birthday or a promotion or whatever the case may be. But it's that simple. Just use Chapter 1 Papers makes a lot of washi. I think they have a whole kit called washi tape strips, I'm pretty sure, from last year. But many of their kits have these, and you could just go to town on them. They're really, really fun. Plus, I pulled from these to make these. So think about that. You can make layered pockets from their beautiful sheets. Beautiful. So the next one, oh, let me show you this. Okay, so then this is that, this is that, this is that, and this is that. This is that. Oh, this is that, yeah. This is that. This is that. I stamped it. And this is that. And I stamped it again. Cut off the top. And I made it smaller. I did an 8 by 10. Stamped. This is a piece of what I'm going to show you in a minute. This whole back, this whole seed packet is from this kit, which is from the Flower Gatherer. But don't you just love it? Don't you love it? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So again, you just strip them up and glue them down. This is easy peasy. I could have the shoe on the outside if I was into shoes. And I choose to have this for my outside. Oh, I think it's so elegant looking, so stately. And then I put the number 114 on there, and it's also on the shoe inside, or on this shoe, I think. So yeah, so high society. All right. So next, I'm going to show you this one, which uses this paper plus this seed packet. And the seed packet I enlarged. So normally it would be this size. And I wanted to show you that the paper, I didn't want to cut it out because I enlarged it by cutting off the edge right above. You know how there's a flap that you turn up? You know how there's a flap that comes down? I just cropped right where that flap would be, and I have a border on here. So if you just crop right where that starts, it'll be this size, which is a great size to do a lot of things with, I think. So you make one of these. It doesn't have to be double-sided. It can be single-sided. It's for the back. And then you make one of these, which is a page from the Flower Gatherer, and you print it on both sides, which I didn't do on this, but I did on this. You can see. Okay? And here's my template. I don't want to confuse you. Here we go. Okay? So I laid down the big one where I wanted it to be. And I chose to have this design show up on here. You can pick any design you want, but it is big, and so there's a little bit of a limit. If you want your flowers to be upside down, you could make the top there, but then you'd also have this. So play around, but there's a lot of beautiful floral sheets in this kit, and so you don't have to use the same one I did. But ultimately, you get this on the front and on the back, and then I glued this one over it so that I would have a different back than front. I also took strips out of it, as you can see, and I glued that there to emulate that, and I also glued it down here, so I wanted to keep that theme going. I love, 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 love. This is me. This is me. This is me. Nothing I can say about this I don't love. Everything about it. And it could go like this and be just as beautiful. And I love glue. I think the flowers are beautiful, but this is me. Okay, so get it cut the way you want it and stitch around the whole thing after you've glued the back piece on. Or use thicker paper. I was playing around and I didn't use the 32-pound weight, but I would again if I was going to do it again, which I probably will. And then what is making up this is Graphics Fairy. This week it's called Moon Dreams, and it just, you know, I just came off a month of being part of Tracy Fox's Creep on June, and it's about the paranormal investigation. And so seeing this celestial, they have crystal balls, and they have all of these heavenly things. To me, they're one and the same. And so I was just riveted that this was the kit. So it looks like this. It's a collage strip that is part of the printables in this kit. I have them. I wanted to show you how I made it so that you would realize that you've got to you've got to overlap and overlap and overlap. You can overlap as small as that, you know, whatever you like. Just cut it up in as big a chunks as you can, because it's kind of, you know, you don't want to have a lot of glued areas. And what I ended up getting was this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And there is a trick to folding it. First of all, I have this whole thing glued down. All of it. The whole thing. On this one, I glued down less, about 2/3 of it. On this, I have it starting down further because I wanted the date to show. But on here, I started up pretty high. I didn't want it to show through the front, though. And I wanted my matched flower and stem to be more of a focal point. And then on the one that I did, that I showed on Instagram, that I can't find right now, I had even less glued. And I think I had it, no, I had it facing this way, but I had less glued. So I recommend you try to glue as much as you can down to your page, right? And then don't use a thick paper. I have like 24-pound paper on these. And then after you glue it down, that's when you decide about the folding. It's not just fold, fold, fold. You want to try to fold on the seams. This one I really lucked out because I could keep the name there, Moon Dreams, which I think is a fun piece to show. there's different, this I folded in order to meet with tulip time, so this was not the second one in line. This was, but I really wanted this to show, so I folded it to make that match. And then I folded this, it happened to be on a seam. I wouldn't want this to be up there because it's an upside down word. Folded it there, and then this I folded here. So they can't all be folded at the seam, but you can get close if you work at it so that you don't have a bunch of split things. Like I wish she weren't split. At least it's not across her eyes. And this is on the seam. This one I had to do not on the seam because it was the very last piece and it couldn't be any longer than the bottom. But there you go, and I love how she's between the two flowers, and I love the stems going up the side. I love the circles, crescent, circle flowers, circle planets, circle here, circle there. I love that I could replicate that. This is also from the Moon Dreams kit. It's a printable. The lady is separate from the butterfly, but I thought that was cool to give her wings. And then on the back, this is a moth with a celestial background. And I placed it so it would be right at the base of this wonderful shape. I just love it. I love everything about how this turned out. And I did a Sampool stamp in there. And that's that. So the biggest takeaway that I can emphasize to you guys on this project is that the way that these come out of the kit is not the way they need to be for the face up. So you have to either flip them or draw it so that you can get this flap to be in the background. Alright? The flap has got to be in the background in order for this to look cool, in order for this file folder edge to be there. I love it. I mean, maybe you don't want the file folder edge, and that's fine too, of course. So just remember that you're going to need to have a double-sided piece of paper or glue two together. And if you do that, you can glue like a 32-pound and a 24-pound. Don't try gluing two 32 pounds. It won't bend very well. It won't shut very well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. And then I want to show you this. So this, I love my tag things. I love tag books. This is a pocket, because these are just all pockets. And I'm going to show you each one because I decorated the front, the back, and the inside. It was so much fun to make. It was so simple, and all I got to do was decorate. After you cut it out, you just decorate to your heart's content. And I had read a book that really, I wanted to remember some of the things she said. It was a book on health and longevity, and I made that the theme on the inside cards. So I had written down the page numbers when I was reading it, and then I went back and I took notes on pretty pieces of ephemera to decorate. And I used stamps and labels and stickers, and it just came together, I think, in the most beautiful way. And I think it would be a beautiful gift. And it's also just so fun to hang near where I sit, and I can grab it down, pick any one, and it'll give me a good reminder about healthy things and good things about life. So I'm going to show you what I did inside. Well, first let me just say that this is a crocheted button, and then this is the seed packet, and this is one of the pieces of ephemera. And this is Vintage Florist. The whole thing is Vintage Florist. It's so glamorous, isn't it, with that black background? And then this postcard, I'm not sure what kit of theirs it's from. Could be one of the ones I mentioned. It might be another one. And then this is a sticker. And then I just wrote on the back. And I just put copy-dyed paper on it. And it looks perfect with it. It's completely unrelated. I don't think it's in this kit. But maybe it is. I've seen it in different places. And then this one I used a paper button to make the hole and encircling the hole. This is such a beautiful seed packet. I didn't want to really do anything to it. I love it so, so much. The back, I made a belly band. I backed this with a piece of really fuzzy paper and used another paper button. And then inside I used another pretty postcard. So beautiful. And I put little flowers, little stickers on there. So pretty. It's so feminine, this tag book. Love this. Absolutely love it. Didn't do a thing to it. Same thing with the back. It's just perfect. Didn't do a thing to it. This was a tag, and I cut off the top so it would fit comfortably, rounded the edges, and I added a sticker and then a couple of labels that I printed out small. I love the writing and the design. And the top that I cut off, I used on another one. And I wrote on the back. Make sure you double print these booklets, or these little seed packets, so that you don't have white showing, at least for me. You could also, this is a label I put on there. You can, ink it up or glue something separate that doesn't go all the way down. This is another tall tag, and it was tall enough that it didn't fit, so I cut the top off where the pretty pink flower was that matched and glued it down. And then this was the top of that last tag, Language of Flowers. And then this is a sticker that I've hardly ever gotten to use because it's kind of a strange thing. And I actually cut that sticker in half and then put another sticker up there. Oh, I love how this turned out. Absolutely love it. And this, I just put the label. I love this. This is what I used. Well, this is the seed packet form of the tall page I used on the inside of the seed packet I showed you a minute ago. This is another sticker. And this is from the kit. Gorgeous. It's an illustration. I glued it onto a piece of paper that I, vintaged up. And then the back. Love it. This is a eucalyptus leaf, I believe, or a laurel leaf sticker. And then this, I really went to town. I just used a whole bunch of purple stickers to decorate this. This is kind of a bluey purple. They're just so pretty, the way they lined up. It reminds me of those pictures where people, lay everything down and they all, I forget what they're called, but it's a layout, and it'll be from the same theme or the same category. Might be hardware, might be pencils and pens, and they just lay them all out. It reminded me of that. It was really fun to make. Now I got into using the tags, and the tags are taller than the seed packet. So I put this wonderful sticker on here so it looks like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I wrote on the tag. Just wondering how that would look. Nah, I like it better inside. Yeah, I thought that turned out so cool. Let's see, where are we at on here? I think we're here. Yeah, so the next one is this pink. I added this beautiful black and beige label from the kit. In the back, it's just so beautiful. There's not a lot you need to do. I added this date. And this is another tag. Isn't that fantastic? And then just wrote on that. I'm the only one that has to read it. If you're making a gift for a friend, you might consider doing a blank print on the inside so it's easier to read. This is another beautiful one. It's got that label on there. Or I added the label. And then I added these two labels. I think this is from the washi, or maybe it's a label by itself. But I love this blue. And this beautiful bouquet in blues. Love it. This I got from French General. I was at the store. Beautiful. And then put another label or piece of ephemera from the kit. I love this tag. Colorways are very sophisticated. Sort of an acid green with a grayed out lavender and then a pinkish lavender on this very vintage background. Oh, beautiful. And I just wrote what I had to say. And this is our last one. This is a label that I laid on this simple tag. Shows it off so beautifully. I love the little intricacy of this label. Just love it. Love this kit. And then in the back I added a couple of more. And this wonderful label. Beautiful label. Do you remember, if you're interested in this gorgeous kit, I made these items a few videos ago. I made these. So this is where all the black paper is coming from. This is a smaller Florist label. This was another design team project for Chapter 1. So I have a playlist for Chapter 1 design team projects. That's where you can find it the easiest. So this is one of their pieces of ephemera, and then this is a sticker, and I added a little label, and then this opens up. Oh, okay, so this was slipped in there. Yeah, okay. And then I have all these papers inside. Oh, I love how these turned out. Love, love, love. You have to watch the video. I'm not going to go through it again because I have more to do. But you get my drift. This is a fantastic kit. So I encourage you to check it out if it's at all your style. Again, the code is going to be in the description box so that you can get 20% off. And then this was also another one I made. Alright, and then lastly I'll show you a couple of quick seed packets that I turn into booklets. Okay, I showed these on Instagram too. I show everything on Instagram, so if you don't follow me, consider it, because I do talk about how I make them, if there's anything to say that, you know, this is anything worth saying, and I say where I get it from, and also they're stills, so you can see it for longer. So this, I used color pencil to go around this pink flower. Those of you that follow me know I don't really care for pink. But I don't mind pink with black. It's very 50s for one thing. And I think pink and black are just iconic. And so I like it. So I wanted to emphasize the outline of this pink flower. So it's much pinker than it was. And then I also drew pink lines here and here. You can see. So I emphasized the center with more pink. And then I probably put something in the middle, although I don't recall. This is a butterfly glued on. This is a label. These are all from Chapter 1. And then this cool piece of ephemera. Oh, that's from the other one. Okay, hold on. So this is a piece of ephemera, and I glued it on so that I could put, this is not a stamp. This is actually a rub-on. And I just put it on a piece of coffee dyed paper that was a little bit larger so I could put that rub-on up there. And then this is the pink flower without the pink emphasis. It's on a different color background too, so. But you can see I did add a lot of pink. So that's a pocket. And then you go inside, and I added this stamp, and I added this butterfly. So this is a sample stamp. And I just think that butterfly on that straight stem looks super cool. And then I cut out what looks like a little vase from one of the labels, and Articles of Paris was on this label. And then same thing, I used a rub-on or a stamp and extended this so it'd be tall enough to stand out there. And then on the back I did more of my pencil drawing on there and put papers and letters and the date and the number. Simple. Took a minute. And then this I really love. I took a scrap of script paper. This is a beautiful seed packet. And then inside was one of their ephemera cards. I added this black and white tape to the end because originally I had it that way. I love that look. Love that look. So, so this is really what the ephemera looks like. And then coffee dyed paper on the back. But I did think that looked really pretty too. But you know what? I do think the black and white looks better. So I'm going to turn it around. Okay. Then you open it up. Label. Label. I think I did some black drawing there on the edge. Not entirely sure. Maybe not. Maybe it was on there. And then I put a little pocket down here. A couple of little bits of ephemera that I printed smaller. And then the tag. It's just fantastic as it was. Did I add this to the end? I'm not sure. I think, I don't know, I do a lot of piecing. I think I cut this and this out of something else and pieced them on. I think it looked like that. And I believe I pieced those on, pretty sure. And then I put another label there. And a little ink there. And then the back, I put another strip here. Added the label, put an old piece of paper from 1912 date book up there, and we're good. So there you have it, you guys. I hope out of all of these ideas, you found something that you love and will want to, whoopsie, and will want to make for yourself, or for a friend, or for a journal. They're so easy. And almost everything came from Chapter 1 Papers kits. They really have very thorough kits. So again, the Flower Gatherer, Vintage Florist, High Society, and the discount code is JBJUL20 in their Etsy shop. So have fun. I'd love to be tagged if you make anything like this. I'd love to see it and know about it. If you have any questions, by all means put them in the comment box. I love your comments. Please comment, like, and share my video. Please subscribe. I have a ton of new subscribers who I welcome. You came, a lot of you, from the collaboration in June, Creep on June, and I just had the best time and just love sharing and seeing what y'all had. So if you're from there, I hope you like what I do going forward as well. And to all of my old subscribers that have been with me for a long time, I'm so appreciative. A lot of you comment, and it means the world to me. I know people say that, but honestly, it does. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.